In this video I'm going to show you how to knit these leg warmers. I've knitted these leg warmers with an acrylic yarn that is available in Dutch budget stores. I've written down the specifications of this yarn in the description so you can find your local equivalent. Let's start! I've cast on 82 stitches on needle size 4 in the metric system. The first and last stitch are edge stitches. These fall away when assembling. I always knit these in the knit stitch. After the first stitch we start a pattern. This is alternating 2 knit stitches with 2 purl stitches. Repeat this up to and including the second to last stitch of the row. You end with a knit stitch. The second row is knit exactly the same as the first. Knit the first stitch, then alternate between knit 2, purl 2, up to and including the second to last stitch, and then knit the last stitch. Keep repeating this until your work measures 25 cm or 10 inches. Now I'm going to show you how to bind off so that the edge remains elastic. You knit the first 2 stitches as you normally would, in the knit stitch. And you bind off normal as well. The third stitch is also a knit stitch, which you also bind off normally. The fourth stitch is a purl stitch. To bind off, insert a needle in the back of the stitch and pull the stitch over like this. The fifth stitch is done in the same way. So you knit the stitches in the same way you would normally knit it and bind off in the corresponding manner. Now I have bound off all my work and only the loop of the last stitch is left. I make this loop very large before cutting it off so I can use the tail to close the leg warmer. I make the tail about 10 to 15 cm longer than the leg warmer is. If you pull the edge stitch and the first normal stitch a little bit apart, you will see horizontal threads between them. We use these as a guide when sewing. I put the yarn in the needle and I insert the needle in the gap at the top stitch, from top to bottom. I put my needle under 2 of those threads and then I let it come back up. Then you go back to the other side and do the same thing. I don't pull the yarn tight yet, because by the next stitch I still want to be able to see where it came from. Then you go back to the other side and you insert into the hole where the thread came out of the previous stitch. You go under 2 threads again and so on. And after a few stitches on each side, you pull the yarn and there's no longer a seam to be seen. And once you've done a bigger piece, you'll see that it pulls together just like the rest of the leg warmer. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more crafting inspiration.